Portland Sports Arena, this is Portland Wrestling. Your ringside host, Frank Bonema. Brought to you in part by Tom Peterson's, Oregon's largest TV stereo and appliance store. Tom Peterson's, 82nd and Southeast Foster Road. And by Friendly Chevrolet in Lake Oswego. Whether you're looking for a new or used car or truck, see the folks at Friendly Chevrolet. And a very good Saturday evening to you all, whatever you might be doing on this great July day and evening. We hope that you're ready to watch some great action.
Okay, it's been a minute, but we are back with episode 34 on the Portland Wrestling exploration of TEW 9 from 1970. Let's go. Let's have a look. What do we have going on today? We have Portland Wrestling TV tonight on a Sunday, 5th of July, Tin Wall Day, for those who know. Give the night off. I don't think we should give anybody the night off. Tonight's venue or location. It's got to be the Portland Sports Arena. Actually, soon 3,000 fans. Geotags. So we have quite a lot of creative ideas already. Storyline idea. Yes, we were going to do that one for Antonio Inoki, but it was not enough time had passed. That's why we couldn't do that one. Let's see if we can get a creative finish here somewhere. Big gamble. Torquemada finish. All right, we're going to use that today, I think, already. He's going to get a big win over somebody. We would like an angle idea. Near certainty. Tony Bourne. Okay, that's two relatively safe ones. Let's roll the dice. Locker room incidents. What is going to happen today? Paul Diamond almost got into a fight with Dick Murdoch because he caused some damage to his rental car. I mean, if things weren't going bad enough for Dick Murdoch here, he's gloomy, he's having a bad day, and then Paul Diamond wrecks his rental car. And we don't like Paul Diamond. No, we don't like him. We're not going to use him so much. I think stern warning. And he's annoyed. Okay, Antonio Inoki is running the training. And it didn't say it got a bad rating, so we assumed it was okay. Running the basics. Other than that, not bad. What should we do? Open forum. We can make the complaints in public. I think we're going to hear from Dick Murdoch today. Dick Murdoch, he was angry. Oh no, he got a small morale boost. Everybody got small morale boosts. Is this going to be enough though? We'll have to see. Okay, let's have a look. The last show which was last week, and it was last week in real time as well. We're booking week to week now. So it's 1970, but it's also in real life. Week-to-week booking. We had Torquemada defeating Eric Froelich. Yes, last week was the week where Antonio Inoki was not here and the heels ran roughshod over the entire Portland Sports Arena. Torquemada got victory. Gene Kiniski finished off Tony Bourne a Texas Bull Rope match. The Hawaii Connection, of course, babyfaces, defeated the Von Steigers. I believe it was a non-title match. And we had Ray Stevens defeating Haru Suzuki on the undercard. So overall, a very good show there. Let's look at the storylines we have. The All Germany feud. We're adding in Frankie Von Lane, and we're going to start with that one today and have the angle there. So Dean Ho and Eric are going to have a new fiend, and it will be Frankie Von Lane turning on America. And Dean Ho, of course, with the entire axis of evil here. And Torquemada, Dean Ho, they could be on a good collision course. And Vivian Vachon and Donna Cristianello. I saw a match with Donna Cristianello this week, by the way, tag match against the... I think she was actually tagging with Judy Grable against the Jumping Bomb Angels. Lioness Asuka and Shugasa Nagoya, I think her name is. From a WWF card from Boston. So look that one up. Let's have a look here. Antonio Inoki changed challenged by Kamata. We have that one. Tag team veterans. We can add another veteran there. And then Freddie Blassie versus Moondog Main. Moondog's new look here. But we finished up the feud with Gene Kiniski and with our man there, Tony Bourne, last time. And now we've got this nice angle, which we got in there for Tony. Let's go on the book show here. We've got Tony Bourne angle idea, which is a near certainty. So we could use this to start off a new feud with him. But who could Tony Bourne feud with? So if we look at who's hot here, Tony Bourne is the third most over babyface here, or third most over wrestler, but we have babyfaces as well. Who could we put him in a feud with? He's just had a feud and lost against Gene Kiniski. We have, Bobby Shane. Was he a babyface though? We're going to debut him today as well, aren't we? Fans own wholesome popularity. He had some popularity in Northwest. Maybe Bobby Shane could be the guy to feud with Gene Kiniski. So who could we put Tony Storm in there with? Tony Storm, listen to me. Tony Bourne. He could be in a feud. Frankie Von Lane. That could work as well. Even though he's in the other feud. We'll wait with that one then. But Kiniski versus Youth. So Gene Kiniski is fighting back the years here. Because he won the feud, we should think actually primarily what should we do with him next. And then we've got this young fella, Bobby Shane, coming in. So Bobby Shane is getting interest from the younger fans who enjoy his style and wrestling prowess. Kiniski is jealous. His tale is old as time. And Kiniski is also old as time, and that's why this is going to work. He wants to keep wrestling on the mat and fan interaction to a minimum. He wants to ground this new generation. So it's a generational feud here. Kiniski versus Bobby Shane to start with. We may add other youth wrestlers in here as well, so keeping the title a bit open. Okay. Let's go to absent friends. Here we go. Big Bad John's filming. We know that one. Vivian Vachon's working tonight in Florida. Okay. So, our main event. I'm thinking a superstar tag team match. Antonio Inoki with, I was thinking, is he going to be one of these major stars? No, Ray Stevens. Versus Dutch Savage. And talk about it, we're going to wait with. Frankie Von Lane, we're going to wait with. The Von Steigers, they already lost last week. We'll put Gene Kiniski in this one, and I've got a reason for it. So it's a sort of kind of all-star tag match. We have the feud with Ray Stevens and Dutch Savage. With their kind of seconds here, they're kind of young guys who are learning under them. Greg Valentine and Roddy, who we're going to save and not use on this show. But we can use Dutch and Ray Stevens on two sides of an all-star tag team. Gene Kiniski with a big victory last weekend, and Antonio Inoki was not available. And of course, he's feuding with Torquemada. This is all good. I've got to remember as well, we've got Jack Nicholson in the building. And we want a babyface victory here. Storytelling. Open match. We want some interference. We want Torquemada to interfere. We would like... We'll just have this for now. So we've got the main event as a tag match. Post-main event. And this can have a tendency to bite you at the end when it doesn't work out. But we'll see. I think this one will do. Saving the day. It's going to be Bobby Shane and Jack Nicholson for reasons. So the attacker will be Torquemada, Gary Hart, the Claw, all the members of the Evil faction are taking down. No, we should have Gene Kiniski, of course, if the save is going to be Bobby Shane. So a group of evil people. Maybe not Gary Hart then. Make it Dutch. And then we can have Ray Stevens and Antonio. So it's a 3-on-2. And then Bobby Shane. And Jack Nicholson, not the wrestler essentially, but there to help out anyway. Okay, save from 3-on-2 beat down. Dave from 3-on-2. Yes, we'll send Dave. We've got nobody called Dave on our show. There we go. So we've got a save there. 3-on-2 beatdown. And could we use an angle idea for that one? No, it was a creative finish, wasn't it there? Storyline idea we can't use. The angle was Tony Vaughn's. Okay. Quick angle. Maybe. Cutting a promo. Or maybe an interview. Tony Vaughn. Bobby Shane. And we'll use Keith here as well. Tony welcomes Bobby to the promotion. So we'll do like Tony Bourne doing the ambassador sort of role here. So Bourne welcomes newcomer Bobby Shane and congratulates him on his victory. So you might see from that one that we will have a quick victory there for Bobby Shane to get his start in the company, and this hopefully will boost the angle to give everybody a lift. I'll just do a quick singles match here. This show is about getting Bobby Shane over. Babyface, well known by the fans. We'll put him over a heel who's recognizable. And Chris Colt will be the guy. He doesn't look too happy about it, but when does he look happy? Bobby Shane. Storytelling and clean victory. Okay, what else? We have the angle there, the turn angle. Okay, so 2-on-2. The titles at the moment, the tag team titles are Eric and Dean. And I don't think they're going to be involved in this one. What I'd like to have is the Von Steigers. Tough Tony and Moondog. On the staff, let's put Freddie Blassie on commentary. It's a shame he's only got 45 for colour. I thought it'd be a lot higher. And the booking details, yes. So the Von Steigers are going to win. Car crash now. Wild brawl. Open match. Interference on Moondog Main. Frankie Von Lane. This will be the fourth time this match has been held recently. I have no recollection of this. Okay, let's think this again. The Von Steigers I want to have there. Who could we have as a babyface tag team there? Let's make a makeshift babyface tag team. Jack Nicholson's not ready for this shot, I don't think. So I don't want to have Dick Murdoch in a match where I beat him rather quickly again. Maybe Tiger, Chun-Li, Peter Maivia. And we will put it down to 5 minutes here. We'll keep Freddie Blassie on commentary. We'll take him off there. There's no point if he's not there. Okay, so Carl Von Steiger. And who will be attacked here? Peter Maivia by Frankie, yeah. And this one, there'll be nobody saving them at the end. It's in the ring, beat down, just to get these guys over as heels. Frankie, Carl, and Kurt Jackson. New. Beat down. On Peter and on Tiger. Okay, so that this point there, good. What else do we want to have? Let's have a look. I'd like to have the heels who are big stars. Torquemada, Suzuki, yeah, these three. So Frankie Lane, or Frankie Von Lane as he's now called, we won't use him for anything else. The term there will be what we are using for. Tough Tony. The tag champions. Could we use them in this one? That was a huge match, actually. Nantor Kamata gets the win. And it is to open the show. So we'll do lift the crowd. And we use this creative finish that we have there. It's a big gamble. Okay, we have got 75. We need 25 more. Put this in the right order here. We need some more angles, I think. I think the guys for angles. Backstage. Contract signing. Host moderator, Keith Jackson. And it will be with Classy Freddie Blassie and your man here, Moondog. We'll see how good Moondog is here. Signed contract for Redwood Rebellion. So there'll be some shenanigans going on. Of course there will be. But they will do an angle here, just in the middle, for those two to get their match going. Any storylines we want to start there? So we've got these ones: Inoki, Kamata, Donna, and Vivian. Let's see, what can we do with Donna today? She can have a singles match. So let's look at the women's division. I've got Donna here as a heel, part of the Evil Enterprises faction. And she wrestled Happy. I think they're both good. I think Judy Grable then. Title match here. Quick 6 minutes storytelling. To keep the champion strong. So 9 more minutes. What do we need more? Yeah, we can't do anything with that angle, with that storyline right now. What can we do though? Roddy Piper, Ray Stevens, Dutch and Greg. But we also have Antonio Inoki Berg. Okay, we can use Jack Nicholson here as well because we know he's his manager. 7 minutes backstage. Cutting a promo, stare down. Let's do the stare down. Inoki staring down Torquemada. Jack Nicholson. Armand Burgard. Gary Hart. Stare down. Backstage. 7 minutes. And the cameras cut into a tense scene whereby Jack and Inoki are talking tactics when the evil Enterprise comes in and starts intimidation. So building the heat there, seeing how that one goes. 2 more minutes. Should we do a 1 minute squash match? Let's do a 1 minute squash match. Who can we use? This fella is recognizable by the fans, but he's not been doing much. And we've got a lot of people on the unimportant list. I don't understand why Freddie Blassie is unimportant. Here's a dream match. We're going to have a 1 minute dream match. Dusty Rhodes versus Freddie Blassie. Who would have thunk it? Right, we'll do that one. And calm the crowd. There we go. Because we'll add that in here after the Wild Brawl match. Which was this one, wasn't it? Von Tigers versus, yeah. And then they're beat down, and then they calm the crowd. Yes, there we go. I think we should have a battle royal. Like on the pre-show, of course. Let's have a look. Paul Ramos, Dick Murdoch. Sandy Barr, Roddy Piper, Mark Lewin, Karanov, Greg Valentine, Soldat Gorky, Paul Diamond. Okay. Pre-show, Battle Royal. Let fun commence. Work the crowd, and as tradition, we will not choose a victor. Okay, so we have an angle as the main event. But going into that, we have an all-star tag team match, which should carry the whole show. We've got no matches on this show which are steal the show, car crash, spectacle, whichever. Everything is either storyline driven. I've got one match which is a brawl, but it's not going to go very long. Otherwise, we're just cooking up the crowd here. We do one angle here, just one short angle, cutting a promo backstage, and it's going to be Roddy Piper on Greg Valentine, and we'll do that pre-show. I want to get Piper some microphone time. Yes. Okay. Oh, wait, no, it's the opener. Okay, let's go back. Pre-show. There you go. Sorted. So, the Battle Royal to start with. And then the show proper. We're going to have a 6-person tag. The evil axis of evil is going to be victorious. A tense contract signing scenario. The Von Tigers is going to beat down these guys with a new member being announced. The 1 minute all-star match with Dusty Rhodes and Freddie Blassie. The women's match, introducing Bobby Shane. So I'm interested to see how that one goes, to see if he is going to be seen as a big star right off the bat. It depends how his gimmick is going to be received. Let's start the show. And in an awful 3-minute angle that took place backstage, we saw Roddy Piper cutting a promo. Additionally, Greg Valentine was off the screen, so he cannot be blamed for the lack of interest. And it lost heat, but we're going to get some of that heat back during the show. Pretty sure of that one. And the $10,000 Battle Royal. Who won it? Soldat Gorky. That might be his first match he's won in the promotion. And Bill Ramos was first, then Greg Valentine, then Roddy Piper. And then finally, Dick Murdoch. I thought he was going to get a win on this one. We could have fixed it so he would have won, but I don't know. They keep telling me they're going to fix wrestling. I didn't know it was broken. That was the last of the pre-show matches. Let's go to the main show. 64 to start with. That is a strong finish. Oh, strong start, but the finish here was a failure. That sucks. So, superb wrestling, great heat. So this team of evil guys, they beat Tony Bourne and Eric and Dean. So we lifted the crowd. They are simmering. Haru Suzaki was the worst in-ring performer. The best one in this one was Dean Home. Okay. It was a shame that the creative finish didn't go as we wanted it to, but we'll see. And Dean Ho now have cooled off a bit. We should get him winning a few matches. 56 and a good 8-minute angle. So we got that. Freddie Blassie, Keith Jackson was the host, and Moondog Main. So they are. This is good. This is raising Moondog Main. We haven't had to have him in matches. We haven't had to use him in like excessive things. We haven't had to expose him with the wrestling. Not that he's not a good wrestler, but sometimes if you can use somebody in these kind of angles, you can get everything working. The final rating maybe wasn't as high as you'd want it to be, but again, getting the crowd hotter, the segments and the angles is actually rising. So this was a good angle, and we're leading towards something which will be good, but I'm hoping Freddie Blassie's popularity rating in the Northwest starts to increase soon. And the Von Steigers in a short match. We knew it was going to be a short match. The Von Steigers defeated Tiger Chun-Li and Peter Maivia in 5 minutes 29 when Carl Von Steiger pinned with Peter Maivia with a double elbow smash. Okay, so we had Frankie Lane run in and attack Maivia. And you see here, crowd heat at the end. Even though it was a short angle, and even though it was, wasn't a competitive match as such, but it got the crowd is really into this, and the Von Steigers consistently having high ratings here. Handle the changes. Let's see what happened here. Change gimmick. And it received an initial rating of poor. Weasley underdog gimmick. We'll see if this one gets better over time. But again, Frankie Lane might be very upset now that his new gimmick resulted in a poor rating. But we'll have to see how that goes. 58 here. So the crowd is hot at the end here. We've got a 58. But we're establishing. We've got a new team, a new combination of these three. 42, and it was not the superstar match we were hoping, but we did put calm the crowd, as was the planning here. And we have simmered down the crowd, which is good because we haven't killed them, but we've planned to take it down. And Freddie Blassie got an in-ring performance of 40. And he's retiring, as we know, in a couple of weeks only. He hasn't got very much time left. Not on this planet, but just in this promotion. But he's going to have this big final match with Moondog Main. We'll see how that goes. The crowd was not interested to see this, though. This one, though, the camera's cut to a tense scene whereby Jack Nicholson in this case, and Inoki are talking tactics with the evil Enterprise comes in and starts intimidation. And Torquemada's got a hot new catchphrase. I don't know what it is. We haven't decided what it could be yet, but he's got a hot new catchphrase. Or crush, kill, destroy, something like that. The 51. Okay, but the crowd is back up again. So the NWA Pacific Northwest Women's title was on the line, and Donna Christianello got the victory over Judy Grable. And as I said, I think these two were tagging last time I saw them. Again, average ratings here, but the overall is a 51, which is not bad. And the crowd is still with us. Bobby Shane, he debuted his own fan zone gimmick. Got a 58 here. The only way is up, and it is great. So unlike Frankie Von Lane, Bobby Shane seems to be going places here. So we may be seeing a new babyface that we can use. And again, it was only like a 3-minute match. We're going to use him for a lot more things going on. And he's going to be in this angle next. Let's see how this goes. And this is why we did that. 75 rating, the highest rating on the show so far. Tony Bourne. It wasn't Doug the Clown here. It's his dad, tough Tony Bourne. Welcomes newcomer Bobby Shane and congratulates him on his victory. So, it's called getting a rub in wrestling. And that was the idea here. Keith Jackson solid as normal. Tony Bourne seems to always get a pop here. And this will hopefully get Bobby Shane a little bit more over. And the all-star tag team match here. It delivered 70. Here we go. And the crowd here at the end, white hot. So we built the show. Even though it was a TV show, we built it the right way. We didn't burn them out early on. And all the storylines have either advanced or gained heat, so nothing worse. In a great match with superb wrestling, great heat, Antonio Inoki and Ray Stevens defeated Dutch Savage and Gene Kiniski 12 minutes 3 seconds when Antonio Inoki pinned Dutch Savage with an enziguri. The match was designed to tell a specific story. Well, we also had Tokamata to run in and attack Inoki. But despite the attack, obviously behind the referee's back, or so we had disqualification, right? The babyfaces managed to get the win here. And Dutch Savage was the weak link, but 56, it's not main event style here, but we managed to use everybody we wanted. But that wasn't the final thing of the show. We know it was an angle in the end. 65, it's not bad, but yeah, that gained heat, that lost heat. But this storyline started here. So Bobby Shane and Jack Nicholson ran in for the save. So we're adding new members into the roster, weaving them in the main stories. So it's good to bring people in. It's like, okay, it's the last thing people saw, especially wrestling at this time. Or if you look at, we can also do a citation of how Mid-South wrestling worked in the early 80s and how that type of TV product, the hour and a half wrestling with big matches, not doing too much there. And then your main event talent or people who are in storylines, weaving them in to all the things that are happening and then putting them in an angle at the end of the show. You're thinking like Jim Duggan in the Monkeys suit and stuff, wrestling Ted DiBiase. It's like that kind of stuff really is for that kind of era, and I think this era as well. So people are like, okay, anything could happen here at the end of the show. We have to watch next week to see, okay, Dutch Savage, is he going to be paired off with Bobby Shane? Jack Nicholson in the corner of Antonio Inoki. What happens when they get him? He's just an actor. If the evil Axis gets him on his own, are they going to beat him up so he has to go to the hospital? Ray Stevens, consummate tag team professional, but he's trying to help Roddy Piper out here. But Dutch Savage has always got his eyes set on him. It's like everybody's interweaved. Put them all in together now, and then separate them. And then at the major shows, the pay-per-views, then we'll see some sort of like reasonable conclusion to all the things that we're doing. But let's finish the show. The show increased our popularity in one region. And that's good, because we're only showing it in one region. We can only expand in one region at the moment. But everything kind of went well. We're building to this main event. Tony Bourne did an excellent job there with his angle. I think, again, we should look for a feud for him. We started off Bobby Shane now with Gene Kiniski in a feud. And I really want to see how it goes when they wrestle the first time. Freddie Blassie is kind of letting us down, but we'll see. I want to get to the end of that storyline anyway and see how we can do. But I mean, when he does his contract signing here, that was okay. The Von Steigers with a new member. The angle didn't go too well, but the Von Steigers are consistently really good. Evil Incarnate got a big victory at the start of the event here. So their momentum should be up going into the next show. We've only got a week or so until the main event called Redwood Rebellion. Financial report is something we don't check on too often. Let's have a look. So we spent $15,000 on workers this time. Basic pay and then bonuses there. Consistently selling $33,000. Broadcast revenue there. Merchandise. So just running TV shows, even if we weren't getting money and like from the regular everyday and the things we do, just if we were just running TV shows, with the costs we have compared to what we get in here. We make a profit every week from running TV, which in TEW terms, or especially in EWR terms, if you remember that game from before, it's tough to make money in those games if you have a weekly TV show, especially if you don't have, like if you're at this stage and you don't have workers under contract, if you're paying them by the time. But I feel in older games, wrestlers were a bit overpaid, let's say. And we are at 61 in the Northwest. Southwest at 18. It would be good if we could run a show there, start building that up a bit. And let's continue. Gino Brito, Montreal, Quebec. Okay, so we're going to do the in-between time and the meantime on the next show before we get to the next TV, but let's have a look. How many days do we have? We have 23 days until Redwood Rebellion for 1970. And Legend of the Thunderbird is our season finale in about a year. So we've got a lot of shows to go in between them. Thank you for joining today, and I won't leave it as long until next time, and we'll get back and look at the in-between time and the TV.